Damn, I got that bitch on point that time. We're only gonna
talk at the same time.
What?
We're only gonna talk at the same time from now on.
For why?
So that way, what we're gonna do is that my audio is gonna be in the left ear and your audio is in the right ear, so they get to choose.
Yeah, I don't have time to fucking fix that shit up.
Nah, it's mad easy. Look, I'm gonna do it right now. Boom, in your left ear.
This nigga.
Boom, in your right ear.
So I guess we'll start this off with. Oh, what did you do last weekend? What was the weekend vibes like?
I don't remember.
This nigga don't remember what he did last weekend?
I don't remember.
I don't think we did anything last weekend, like us together. I'm pretty sure we did not.
No. What was the last weekend? The 15th?
Yeah. I'm assuming, yeah.
I was chilling. I was waiting on I was listening to Kodak, new album.
I did not.
He sampled an entire Malcolm X speech and just put it in the middle of the album. It's pretty
just
good.
Like as an interlude or like between the song?
Between it's all one song and it's just between verses.
So how long is the song?
It's like 4 and 5 minutes.
Damn, so that speech was
well, it's not like the whole speech. I'm exaggerating, but it's pretty good. I like that Kodak album.
1 to 10?
6.
So it was a pretty good album.
Yo, so are you Team Ebro or Team Kodak?
I don't give a fuck about that shit.
You don't give a fuck about sexual assault? Okay, kid.
That's not what I meant, but alright.
Ooh, off to a good start. Episode 4.
So yeah, I guess we get into our top 10 albums of the year.
The highly anticipated list.
We definitely aren't the rest of these fucking outlets and doing 50, because that would be basically every album in the list. I honestly don't think they listen to those albums thoroughly enough to.
I mean, also
unless they assign it to a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, those publications are huge.
Yeah, but okay, so how much people are writing that articles? I think
they just go around the office and be like, "Yo, you like this album? All right, bet."
So that means that everybody has to listen to the album.
Yeah. But probably not everyone's listening.
Yeah, so I think niggas is just gonna listen to one album more than the other album.
If they were listening, Casey Musgraves would be number 1.
Well, I don't know who that
She's
is.
a country singer. She did drop a good project.
Country singers be going platinum all the time.
Do, out of nowhere.
No, for real, they go platinum. That's not out of nowhere.
You think Jim and Topeka isn't out of nowhere?
No, it's not.
That's definitely out of nowhere.
Because Jim and Topeka is appearing to a lot of people. Not appearing, but what I'm looking for?
Appealing
to a large spectrum of people.
You go on TMZ.com and you read the comments. They're all from people from like Jim and Topeka.
I don't know. Is that a place?
Topeka?
Jim and Topeka?
Jim is a person. I'm saying Jim is in Topeka.
Oh, I was about to say. I've never. Where's Topeka at?
Topeka, Kansas.
Never heard of it.
You never heard that?
Nah.
Topeka.
I know Topeka got a Tampa, Kansas.
Yeah. I only know that because it's a tongue twister to say Topeka really fast. Topeka.
This nigga stay coming with random facts every day.
Nah.
So you want to get into the top 10?
Yeah. You want to trade off buck for buck?
We do. We're gonna start from 10, then to our final one.
Want to do honorable mentions first?
No, we'll do honorable mentions after we do all this.
I bet. I go off of your 10, kid.
10, I have Kali Uchis Isolation album.
Fine.
I mean, Kali Uchis always puts out like a very solid amount of music. Not solid amount of music, but solid. Like she always has like the same sound structure to me that I like. Like her chords are always gonna be the same, and then her subject matter is always gonna be the same to me. So she just always does it.
This is her debut album too.
Was it?
Yeah.
She
has one project before this, but it wasn't really a project. It was a bunch of like Lucy's put together.
That is true. She just put out a whole bunch of Lucy's and a whole bunch of EPs, which is like the thing now that a whole bunch of people put. I think EPs is just albums now. It was
called Por Vida. So like Isolation was her debut, and like when you look at like the production on that shit,
it was good. Yeah. It was good. It was for sure good. Like if you like Kali Uchis, you like that album for sure.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because like you know what it is like say if like a person is like asking like what is that artist like, and you show them one song, you can be like that is what her album sounds like.
Yeah.
Like entirely.
She did stay pretty consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
Although in a few tracks she does channel her inner Amy Winehouse, which is pretty fire.
That's what she reminds me of a lot, is Amy Winehouse, and I like Amy Winehouse a lot.
I feel like she has
really
similar inflections, like when she like breathes in, and like, sometimes she has that little soul twang in it.
I feel like she was definitely inspired by Amy Winehouse though.
Oh, for sure. Who's badder?
So, come on, show some fucking respect, nigga.
All right, cool. My number 10 spot is gonna go for Saba, for the album "Care for Me."
A lot of people had the album like ring.
Really? Yeah.
I actually didn't listen to the album, so I don't have that up there.
It was actually my first introduction to Saba. Like, I know he has other projects before, but this is one time I really gave it a shot. And then I went to go see him live as well, and that's when, like, the music...
I forgot about the live show. Yo, shout out to Saba.
Shout out to Saba. And it was pretty cool. And, like, the music, like, it's really, like...
Saba has a very distinct taste in women.
Oh, yeah. Let's not get into that. Yikes. But the whole album was, like... Because he had lost his brother in the whole album.
He's from Chicago, right?
Yeah, he's from Chicago. He has that...
Because I've heard some of his music before. I just didn't listen to his album.
Yeah, he's got that new style of rap. Like
it's like R&B rap?
Yeah, that was Smino. He's part of those guys, Pepe Gang and all those guys. And it just really... he really puts all those elements together. And he focuses to have a nice, cohesive, conceptual project. And it's pretty good. The music's great. The bars are good to listen to. So that's my number 10 spot. Shout out Saba. I didn't buy your merch because it was OD, but there's that.
What was the merch prices looking like?
It was like 30 beans for a tee.
That's not bad. That's no merch prices.
Yeah, but...
How much is the Vince shirt? 50?
30.
30?
Yeah.
And it's made by Verdi, too, so...
Yeah, facts.
So
I like Vince more than Saba, you know?
Oh, speaking of Vince, moving to number 9, Vince Staples FM is my number 9 album. That album really reminded me of the... Childish Gambino mixtape, Stone Mountain, like shit, and I really like that. We both really like that fucking album.
Sober's a classic song.
Yeah, it's a classic.
You Don't Have to Call remix.
You Don't Have to Call remix is definitely a classic.
No Small Talk.
No Small Talk. That's a classic. What's the girl's name on that record?
Carrie Foe.
I've never heard her after that though.
I think she just only raps on that song. I feel like she does like more production or like something other in the music scene behind that. And she was like, yo, let me just throw it.
That song is just catchy as fuck. Nah, but Vince Staples shit reminded me a lot of that. So, like, he had the same voiceovers like DJ Drama and, like, it was more structured like a mixtape with the album.
Yeah.
And it was a lot more, like, upbeat than normal. Still with the hardcore, like, lyrics, but...
It really did make it sound like a radio show type shit.
Yeah, but, like... You know how fucking the last album was it like North North's last album?
Nah, Big Fish Theory.
Big Fish Theory. North North is
last album. Yeah. North is on Summertime 06.
Summertime 06. Yeah, so like that album and then the Big Fish Theory like a lot more like Earlish to me, where it's like a lot like more dark. Yeah, but Vince always talks about dark shit because that's where we come from, so it's gonna be dark shit.
Big Fish has that electronic.
It's over more like pop. It's over like more like up tempo beats and shit like that. So I really like that.
But FM is really fully West Coast type shit.
Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, I like for you to be your authentic girl. I want my West Coast rappers sounding like New York rappers. Like
shout out Dom Kennedy.
Dom Kennedy is like a blend of it, but he's California to the death. The nigga be saying Lamert Park like every other line.
King.
Dom Kennedy actually dropped 2 albums this year.
He dropped Volume 2 this year.
Yeah, the album was really dope. I guess it goes for you, number 9.
My number 9 is Astroworld, Travis Scott.
Yeah. A lot of people had this album ranked number 2, number 3.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of praise, like really high. I just like that. Really for me, it's way better than Birds.
For sure, I said that off rip. That album is a lot.
So that gives it so many
Birds,
points.
For sure.
Like, Birds wasn't that great to me.
It wasn't at all. The only song I liked on Birds was they have a record with 3 Stacks on there, and they had a record with Cudi, right?
Yeah. Well, Cudi does like a little part.
Yeah, like the humming, but those are the only records I liked on that album.
You didn't like pick up the phone?
That phone that shit got annoying because like people played it a lot. That's why I don't like single records.
What about Goosebumps, the Kendrick joint?
Also the same thing. I play super.
But now on Astroworld, I feel like he perfected his sound.
Nah, yeah, it was dope. I think after this album, he has to like switch it up somehow. Because now, though, like we said before, the whole industry sounds like him now. So it's like you have to.
His sound is kind of overpowered.
You have to fucking leave that sound and try to find a new one.
No, but I really think on Astroworld, especially on certain tracks like Can't Say and like Stop Trying
to Be That record's super hard. Can't Say
it's super
hard.
Don Toliver, like I might have to go check him out for sure.
Favorite record on there?
On
Astroworld.
Yeah. Carousels, Can't Say.
I said one favorite record.
Then I'll probably have to say Can't Say.
My favorite record on there is Rest in Peace Screw. I like that. I like that shit. That shit's hard.
Yeah.
That shit's hard.
Never forget when one of the famous music reviewers thought that Rip Screw was part of Sicko Mode because it was so long.
Sicko Mode is a long ass track, but the beat switch is a lot.
Sicko Mode is overrated. I'm gonna say that now.
I'm with you on that.
Tired of it. Carousels is better.
I don't think it's overrated. I think it's been overplayed for sure.
Chill, because Mo Bamba's overplayed and it's still fire.
Nigga, Mo Bamba in the club, you fucking popping. And I don't even go to clubs.
I'll punch somebody. That shit makes me violent.
This is the type of nigga that take a picture at the Travis Scott concert and be like, it ain't a mosh pit if there's no injuries and be bloodied up and shit.
Honestly,
that's mad corny. That's just, I saw somebody put that on Twitter. That's just mad corny.
You saw that? It's like that Asian kid.
It's
right?
an Asian kid, yeah. That's just super corny. Like,
funny.
you thought that shit was cool. You posted that niggas was elbowing the fuck out of you.
He wasn't even a mosh pit, bro. He fell in the porta potty.
Did he?
Did you read the thread?
No, I didn't.
My man just fell out the porta potty.
Fell off?
Like, he opened the door and, like, he missed a step because it's kind of like a little raised and he fell on his face.
Oh, it's like stairs and he fell downstairs.
Yeah.
Because that nigga was fucked up just to fall out of a porta potty.
I was like, yo, what kind of mosh pit is that? Because, like, I go to, you know what kind of shows I go
Facts.
to, bro.
Real mosh pits.
Yeah. You want to hear your number 8?
Number 8, I keep thinking I have my shit on the docket, but I don't have it on my phone. Number 8 is Meek Mill Champions. That album just came out, but that album is super dope to me. Meek, I feel like what we just said about Travis, about like honing on his sound, I feel like that's what he did. He did a lot of, he had a lot of good beats, which was just like remakes of old 90s beats, but he did it in a different way.
I only heard a few tracks off it. I haven't gotten to this. I heard What's Free, Oodles and Noodles, the intro, and the letter. I think it's something about
the intro, Trauma, What's Free, Championships. Those are the best records on there for me. The rest of the records on there are like either a girl record or like records for the pop in the club. So I feel like he touched bases with everybody and like made everyone happy from listening to that album. His bars was up to par, up there with me, and like the subject matter since he got out of prison has been like more empowering than more just like me flaunting shit. But he still has the flaunting shit on there because that's kind of what rap is.
Yeah, and especially after the album dropped, he went on like a crazy like not press run, but like a news run. Like we really talked about the prison reform, which was a big topic on the album too.
Yeah, but I think he was doing that shit before. It just became bigger now because he went to jail for like some shit that nobody would go to jail for. Yeah.
And I saw he was holding his own on the news too, in those conversations.
I mean, Mick isn't stupid. I don't think he's stupid. I don't think he has stupid people around him for like that. I mean, nigga, number one is this nigga be hanging around Hov. He be going on double dates with Hov. So
double dates with Hov, they play back to back.
That's a fucking classic story though, for real. Salty number 8.
Yo, my number 8 is Mike's Renaissance Man.
I don't even know what that is.
Word. So honestly, I put onto this guy in this album like this year.
Yeah.
And when this album,
I would hope it'd be this year, nigga. It's this year's top 10.
Well, he has like music that like existed before this year, but I haven't heard it until this year. And his music really reminds me of the new Earl album.
He's a rapper?
Yeah, he's a rapper.
Oh, I thought he was like that shit sounds like more of like a rock band to me.
Mike? Nah, he's a rapper.
So his name is just Mike?
Yeah, all caps. I think we talked about this. He's hard to find on.
I was about to say, how do you find this nigga Mike off caps on fucking YouTube, my nigga? It's like a million Mikes. You know how much white people name him Mike?
It's hard, but his music is good to listen to. I feel like in the same vein that like Travis Scott's sound is overpowering and it's immediately recognizable, Mike's sound is like also that type of way where it's kind of like grainy and gravelly and it kind of drags you into that world of like his music and his sound. And then his rap style is like it's almost like he's almost like talk singing to you type rapping, and I've really fucked with it a lot, and it really hit me this album. It's also really good.
What do you credit that to?
That sound?
Yeah,
I feel like it's
like that talk rap, like the R&B rap shit. Who do you credit that to?
There's no one you can credit to, bro. It's been around forever. Even Stevie Wonder was killing that shit.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of that one day. I'm gonna go down a fucking wormhole on YouTube and just I will go back to my fucking discography I have on my fucking phone and just see where.
Because if you talking talk rap, like or like sing rap,
yeah,
the people that are like Tory Lanez and like Anderson .Paak, they sing rap and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like sing rap, like that thing, like how Drake does it as well and Travis does. Like it's really huge now that everybody does it.
It's more like melodic.
Cole did it really early as well.
It's just melodic rapping.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to credit that shit too, I think you can do it. You can go back to James Brown too, kind of.
For sure.
7. This is an album that I'm doing. Basically, these shit is like how much repay value is what we're doing it off of. Is like repay value and what would we, how high we hold like the records and the production and all that shit. Is basically what we're doing this shit off. So number 7, I feel like was one of like the best like constructed albums to me this year.
Can I guess what it is?
What?
The internet?
Nah, it's Blood Orange Negro Swan.
The album, just barely missed my top.
The album is really dope. Dev Hayes is he really kills that fucking album. For people who don't know who he is, he does a lot of shit for Solange And I believe like the last 2 albums he's wrote a lot of shit for Solange on there, and he practices a lot of like ballet and like
I didn't know he did ballet.
Yeah, he does ballet. He does like performing art as well as like art in general, like for making music.
Too.
He's super dope. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It comes out in his music because his music is totally different. To me, he's more of like a more hood sample to me, to be honest. That's what he is to me.
That's
like,
high praise too.
Nah, he's really dope. He knows what the fuck he does with music because his last album was really good. The thing is with me is like
Freetown Sound, wasn't it?
Yeah, his sound is more like I would say like 80s and 70s pop mixed with like R&B and rap music at one time because he does do the thing kind of like Frank where he just like the beat would be R&B. Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if he has wrote shit for Frank or like with Tyler and shit because like they're all dope to me, like they're all in the same vein. I would say my favorite track on that album had to be Hope with Diddy, minus the end of that part where Diddy's just talking some random bullshit, but he's saying some real shit. But I just so accustomed to not liking Diddy being on records, so like
since he was on that Nas record too.
Not even. It's just like Diddy has always been on records and like ad-lib and stuff like that. Kind of like what Swiss does. Like just like I feel like if he's on there for too long, it becomes like overpowering.
Diddy should just read his tweets over other people's songs.
Nah, Diddy has definitely changed a lot since like the last, like how Diddy was early. Because a lot of people, like you could go back to Lock stories and shit. Like a lot of niggas didn't like Diddy in like the 90s and shit like that. That
famous interview.
What the interview?
Where Jadakiss and Styles P were like at the, I forget which radio station.
Yeah.
And they were talking, and they were like, "Yo, Diddy's like, you know, he takes half, bro," and shit like that. And then Diddy calls them. Like,
oh yeah, he calls them into the interview.
Like, yo,
you're talking about the Angie Martinez interview, yeah.
It's like, yo, you got something to say on the radio? You can say it to me. It's like, bro, we couldn't even get in the room talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, Diddy was talking big shit. Styles P and Jada ain't two niggas to fuck with. As you can hear on the fucking intro of this record, Jadakiss is a different type of nigga. I love seeing niggas get shot, and I like Dollar. I don't think that's a nigga who you want to fuck with, really.
That's a bar, bro.
So that is a fucking bar. Jadakiss will bar you to death. Your number 7?
Chinchillas. Oh, my number 7 is Kali Uchis Isolation.
Yeah. So why do you think that, like, I had it 10, so why do you have it at 7?
I have it at 7. Alright, so, like, anything not in the top 5 isn't, like, in order, but it's in my top 10 in general, just because, like, after listening to her previous music before this and her features and all that, I felt like I was like, yo, what is her album gonna sound like? What is it gonna be composed of? And, like, I was a little bit worried about, like, what her songwriting is gonna be like. Yeah. And then, like, this put all my worries, like, away.
Didn't Tyler discover her? Or she discovered before? Because I knew I found her through Tyler.
I found her through Tyler, but I don't want to say that he discovered her because she must have had like some sort of.
Oh, obviously, yeah, you know you got some pop, but like niggas who made you pop.
Right? Yeah, I found about her through Tyler, and then I checked out her own shit. But I feel like this album was like it put all my fears to bed about her being as an artist. I feel like she's got it.
My son said fears to bed. This nigga was losing sleep over what she's almost gonna sound.
Dead ass. No, bro. In like 2015, when I'm listening to Loner and like Speed, I'm like, damn, what is her album gonna sound
her
like?
riffed on was it Find Your Win when Tyler had it on his shit. He had on a couple songs on there. Yeah, was the one where he has the video with the internet and like it's like shot and like very like
Find Your Win.
Yeah, that shit.
She's also at the end of fucking Young.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. But yeah, it's just.
So you thought Kali Uchis album was better than Negro Swan, then?
Yeah, it didn't make my top 10.
Damn, this nigga got hate for Devin Hayes. You hear that? You hear that, Devin Hayes? Mons and them don't want to fuck with you,
you're in the honorable
kid.
mentions, bro. Chill.
Number 6,
right next to Playboy Cardi.
Number 6 is like number 6, number 5, and number 4 can all be bunched up to 1 to me because I couldn't really pick, so I just like did it in that order. But J Rock's Redemption is number 6 with me. The album literally could have fell in from number 6 to that shit could have been number 3 to me. Because J Rock's album is like an actual album of what an album is supposed to be like. It's not 7 songs, it's 18 records.
I took out J Rock's album at the last minute.
J Rock's album is 18 records, and I don't think there's one record on there that I like completely dislike. The album is really, really good. And people who've listened to the podcast, the earlier episodes of the podcast, J Rock is my favorite member of TDE.
And he out-rapped Cole on Out of Sight, Out of Mind.
I don't know. I kind of like Cole's verse on there. To be honest,
it was a good record.
But nah, J Rock was definitely talking that shit on here. I like a lot of records on this album.
He could have just released ES Tales as the album.
That's what I was gonna say. That's my favorite album on the track. My favorite track on the album. That record's really dope.
And it would have been top 10.
That record's really dope to me. I think, like I said, like I wanted to switch that to number 4, but I felt like number 4 was.
It was just hard for J-Rock because his album came out the same day as Nas' album and as Freddie, I think.
Yeah, so like it's like it's you going against tougher competition. Not with Freddie or anything, because I think J-Rock is bigger than Freddie Gibbs, but it's still going up against really big people at the same time. And plus, nigga, Nas and the Kanye album
highly anticipated. Yeah. Like, yo, all Kanye beats,
exactly.
Nas raps, and then you got Not For Radio.
I like the Redemption track too with SZA on here. It's really good.
I actually don't like that track.
I like that track with T Grizzly actually too. Like that was a really good mix of them two niggas. I like them.
I would like that one.
ES Tales was dope as fuck. I think the whole first 5 was super dope.
The Bloodiest is super hard. Bro.
Yeah, the whole first 5 was super dope. The Jeremiah track was whatever to me. The Cole track was dope. King is Dead. I think everybody. I don't count singles.
King's Dead. Win is hard.
That record's super hard. But like the thing is, I don't really like that chorus because it's super repetitive. But that's definitely what they made. They made that record definitely for like.
It's for the Grammys.
Not for the Grammys. I would say for like more sports shit. You know how like Khaled's records, all it do is win. That record gets played in the sport arena still.
Designer's track. Designer got a track about championship or rings or something like that. That's the only song I remember by him. But nah, that
you don't remember Panda, nigga?
Nah, that's Kanye's track.
Kanye
win.
That's it.
Over everything else, win. That shit's hard. I don't get it.
All right, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is gonna be like an oddball pick for anyone but me, but it's gonna be Sen Morimoto's Cannonball album.
You think you're the only nigga who listens to that?
From our listeners, probably.
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Probably not.
People are so diverse.
All right, so Sen Morimoto, he's like a multi-instrumentalist. And like he focuses mainly on like jazz and shit like that. So he has all these like kind of weird music compositions and like he's also sings and raps and does a lot of that stuff on here. The way I could describe it is imagine if Tame Impala was like focused more on jazz instead of psychedelics.
Yeah.
Because he does all the instruments, he plays the sax, he does all that stuff.
You giving this nigga high praise, Tame Impala. We already know how I feel about Tame Impala. If I go listen to that tonight and that nigga isn't up to Tame Impala quality, I'm pulling up to your crib.
I like it that much that I would say it is Tame Impala
like,
quality.
Tame Impala, what? Their first album or Current's album?
Alter Ego.
All right.
No, that's not the album. That's the song.
Yeah, that's the song. I forgot what the first album was actually.
The second one.
The one with Currents is the second one.
Currents is the third one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Then what was the first album?
I don't remember. The one I compare it to is Lonerism.
Hold on, we should make our intern over here. If you guys hear any clicking over here, it's your boy Stuyvesant over here doing his fucking geography homework. It's Inner Speakers, the first album, and the second album is Lonerism, and the third album is Currents.
Yeah, so I'll compare it, like, it's on par to Lonerism. So if you like...
Lonerism is a really good album.
So if you like songs like She'll Just Won't Believe Me and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's not that type of music at all, though.
So it's kind of like Mac DeMarco, then?
I would compare it more to... Nah. You can make the comparisons to Mac DeMarco,
yeah.
But in terms of quality, it's way better than Mac DeMarco.
Damn, this nigga be hating on Mac DeMarco.
I like Mac DeMarco.
Just because he smokes spliffs.
I was going to say that, but I don't smoke cigarettes and wear windbreakers.
I think it's actually pretty funny, though. But, alright, so you got anything else to say about that album? Or that was it?
If you're skeptical about music outside of hip-hop, check it out. Still pretty good.
Number 5 to me was Travis Scott Astroworld. For like,
so,
what?
Why was this your top?
Because I think that he did from everybody else under 5. I think he, like we said, he honed into his sound like very well. And I feel like if you listen to the album like just straight through, it won't be no skips to me. Like the album
There's no skips?
I don't think there's any skips on the album.
I got 2 skips on.
What skips on the album?
NC-17 and Who What and Butterfly Effect.
You know why I say there's no skips? Because I take out all the tracks that I don't like.
That doesn't make it no sense.
No, because alright, so on Apple Music, when you do it, if you click on the album, it won't show you the records that you don't have downloaded into your music. So that's why I'm saying there's no skips, because I already took all my favorite records.
Damn.
So let me look through it now. Actually, while I'm going through it, let me go to this fucking this album, and I can have the records that I have on here. So, because this album was what? How much records? You remember? How
it was? Like 18 or 17.
Yes. So Yeah, well, I know for a fact there's 4 straight through that I can listen to every time, and I can listen to Sicko Mode every time. Rest in peace, Screw. Yosemite, and then the Can't Say record is always.
So you like that Nav verse at the end of Yosemite? La Flame on the Island.
I don't mind it, dude. To be honest with you, like it's whatever. Like I won't go. I'm not a personal fan of Nav. I think he's just whatever to me. But
La Flame on the Island.
All right. But damn, there was a lot of songs on here that I forgot about. Then all right, so
look, NC-17 and Who What are genuinely bad songs, and I'm tired of Butterfly Effect.
But I feel like his production on here was really good this time though. Cause that Stop Trying to Be God record, which was a shot at Kanye, was definitely that record was really dope to me. It was just too slow for me, but I like that beat.
I don't know why it took people so long to like put it together.
That he was talking about Kanye?
Yeah.
That's the first one I thought that he was talking about. For sure. Like who else would he be talking about?
You don't get Stevie Wonder on the harmonica to not talk about Kanye.
Alright, if you get Stevie on the harmonica, I think that's what up this shit to like the highest to me because you got Stevie on the harmonica, and that's like one of my favorite artists of all time.
Yeah, James Blake on that.
James Blake's super dope. James Blake is super underrated. I love him.
He's underrated for sure. If he put an album out this year, he'd be
his last album was really dope.
It was dope.
Number 5, who you got?
My number 5 is gonna be Mitski. The album's called "Be the Cowboy."
All right, so this Mitski album is number 1 on like everybody's shit.
It's number 1 on Pitchfork. It's number 2 on Sputnik or some other publication.
I've heard like 3 or 4 Mitski songs, and that one record that I showed you that I was listening to, I don't really like that record because I don't like how she vocalizes it on there. Like I don't like how she uses her vocals.
She
like
does have a lot of different vocals.
I think it's like MF Doom. Like it takes some getting used to of it. So I'm gonna listen to this album. But that one where she was like, "I'm not gonna be who my daddy wants me to be." What record is that? I don't remember what the name of that record is, but that the way she was,
that's from her album "Bury Me at Makeout."
The way she was strumming the guitar and then like doing that, she was like going from punk rock to actually singing and then to doing like some really high pitched like annoying shit.
But that's her style. Like she really hones in from like early 2000s.
I actually know a lot about Mitski. We actually talked about Mitski here a while back because I was watching the Mitski Hannibal Buress on her podcast, so that's how I found out about Mitski. And she's a dope person though.
She's pretty cool. She has a really cool background.
Yeah, so I know her background. I understand why her music is like that. Because like remember, like we talked about here that she said that she used to go to. She used to switch so much schools at one point that she would pretend to be different people at every school. So at one school they would see her as the popular person. Another school would be like the nerd. The other school would be like the fucking goth kid.
And she would do that willingly, and she didn't pick up music till college. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot.
She also went to school in Japan for a minute.
Yes, I think she was born in Japan. No. She was just moved there at a very young age.
I think she was from there. And they moved really early, and she went to school there. And then she went from Japan to go to school in Alabama.
Yeah, but she dropped out in Japan, and then she went to work, and everyone was like, "Yo, we don't like you because you didn't go to school." And she was like, "Oh, I have to go to school to get respect."
In Japan, for sure.
But she did go to a certain art school in Alabama.
Yeah, she went to art school in Alabama. I didn't even know they had art schools in Alabama.
Even that's what Hannibal said. He was like, "You went to Alabama for art school?"
Like when I think of art school, I think of New York, like DC, or like Paris, or some shit like that. Not Alabama, for sure.
Alabama doesn't come to mind, and even the top 25 places to go to art.
For sure, that wouldn't come up like that would be like the last place I'll think of. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, like that's like being like.
I even think she said something about it. She was like, "Yeah, that's the place that accepted me."
Yeah, they have like art schools in Arkansas or some shit like that.
But the album is really dope. Like it combines a lot of different styles.
That's what I got from her. She combines a lot of genres at once.
Yeah, and it's not like I wouldn't say it's genre blending, but each track is sort of like a different thing, but it still sounds iconically like her.
Yeah.
And it's just a really good listen to.
She actually writes really well though.
She's a great songwriter.
She writes really well.
Also, she doesn't ever really write about relationships like with other people.
Yeah.
Every time she sings about like loving another person or like this thing is doing this to me, she's always talking about music.
Yeah. So but no, that record that she doesn't want to be what her daddy wants.
I'm talking about like she doesn't write about other men like in her life, like romantically.
Well, maybe she does, and you just
she says that
it means something. Yeah, but artists say a lot of things.
Yeah, I believe it.
Kanye also says a lot of things to Drake, and you believe that.
It makes me feel better when I sing out those lyrics. That's not about other men.
I would love to hear you sing that fucking. I don't want to be who my daddy wants
She
me
has
to
a
be.
song
Well, I'm
called-
not gonna be who my daddy
She
wants
has
me
a
to
song called Class of 2013, which she's like, basically the premise of the song is, Mom, can I come back home just for a few months? I'll let you wash my back if you still tell me you love me. I'm like,
That sounds super sad.
It is pretty sad.
Well, all her music seems really sad. I'll tell you what your parents would say to you if you said you wanted to move back in after
I moved out.
after you moved out. It'll be quiet for you.
Yo, play your attempts at humor bore me.
Why?
That's how I feel right now.
That's how I feel every time you make any like dumb comparisons.
Your attempts at humor bore me.
I already did it over you dumbass.
Hey, what's your number 4?
Also,
we're in like top 5 territory now.
Yeah, so we already started at top 5. Number 4 for me was Nipsey Hussle Victory Lap. Now, the shit with Nipsey's album could have been easily number 2 for me. Nipsey's album was really, really dope. Like, it was very concise. It was, and now, like I said, I like people for them being authentic. So Nipsey always been himself. And there's a story of Nipsey being like an independent rapper and like making it like really big. Like, I feel like what he's doing is kind of like what he did with what Master P did with like No Limit Records and shit like that. Like, he's really he's taking shit like the way he wants to do it. If it's not his way, he's not doing it. And he's nominated for a Grammy for this album.
Yeah, which is actually really cool.
It's like album of the year, and I would prefer him or her.
Wait, is he nominated for album of the year? Or
album of the year. And then hers also nominated for album of the year, and Drake is also nominated for album of the year. And then the other 3 people, I don't really know. I don't think I remember who they are. But if Nipsey won, they won't let Nipsey win. But if Nipsey won that shit, I would love to see Nipsey walk across that stage.
He definitely will.
Grammy.
And they're gonna pan and show somebody else.
I wouldn't doubt that Drake wins that, but Nipsey's album was really, really dope.
Drake's not winning the Grammy.
His record, I think
You heard it here first. They're giving it to Cardi B.
They probably will get that shit to Cardi B. She's nominated for album of the year. They probably will get that shit to Cardi B for sure. Because you already know there's all the politics on that fucking on
facts.
Fucking
they're gonna give
Grammys
it to Cardi B, and Cardi B is gonna say thanks. And then Pusha T's gonna
damn, you heard it here first. The astute analyst over here, she's gonna say thanks. Favorite records off of that shit has to be, for me, it has to be Loaded Bases with CeeLo Green. He also has the other song, his Dedication with Kendrick. That probably has a lot of replay value on my shit, a lot.
Dedicate.
Young Nigga with Puff was a super dope record to me. Last time I checked, I think that's featuring YG. That album that record's pretty dope. He also has a song with Buddy called Status Symbol 3. That record's really dope as well, too.
Is fire.
Yeah, so the same thing with J-Rock to me is like, with the J-Rock album, this is a 16 album track. I mean, a 16 track album.
Imagine a 16 album track.
But that's why I fuck with the album the most. In the time when niggas is fucking with like the small albums, these niggas is putting out a lot of music and it's still like coming across
just like
way
Migos.
better than these niggas little albums.
Just like Migos, right?
You see Culture on anybody's top 10 over here?
Culture, none of their projects are on anybody's top 10.
I think they made Complex's top 50.
That's not top 10 though.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody's top 10 though. You go for your number 4.
I can't name one song off Culture too. Stir Fry.
I didn't listen to the album. Number 4, and that's also produced by Pharrell, so.
Yeah, that's why.
Your number 4?
My number 4 is Pusha T's Daytona. No explanation needed.
Fucking disrespect.
As number 4?
That should have been ranked way higher than that.
That's a really high ranking.
That should have been ranked higher than that.
It's my 3rd favorite rap album of the year.
So, I don't give a fuck.
Really
that should be your number 1 favorite rap album of the year.
Oh, that's impossible.
For sure.
Once I say my number 1, you'll understand.
The
folks one.
I know what your number 1 is going to be, and that is way better than that album.
It's not though.
Way better, for sure.
For what?
Keep going. Keep say why you got number 4 though.
Oh,
we can argue this when you say your number 1. That's a really great analysis.
What?
It was hard as shit. Pause first.
That's what I go to push for.
For what? Hard records?
Just hard records.
Pause.
Stuff that like. It's the type of shit that I'm like, yo, play that back. I want to hear what he said.
Pusha has he takes it to a different level to me.
Yeah, plus like his songs are just better, written better than most of the rap.
I'll take it to number 3 then, since AB Dasher's analysis of the album is hard.
Chief.
My number 3 is probably not anybody's top 3. This is where we're gonna differentiate a lot in these top 3s. Your top 3 and my top 3 are gonna be totally different. So my number 3 album of the year.
It's Action Bronson's, right?
No, my number 3 album of the year is solely based on fucking replay value. The amount of times I have played this fucking album and the amount of
Fetty, right?
Yeah, the amount of fucking bars that's on this album. Fetty and the production was like flawless to me. Fetty's definitely my top 3, my number 3 album. The album is super hard.
Look, every time
Gibbs been campaigning that for to be the album of the year, and that was in the talks of the album of the year for my fucking.
Ever since the album came out, every time I get in the car with your brother, New Things plays at least once.
Right. And Now Later Gators never gets old.
Now Later Gators is so good, bro.
Now Later Gators never gets old, which I think Freddie Gibbs is actually going to do a R&B album.
I mean, basically that's what half of Freddie was.
No, but I'm saying like he's going to do all of it now. Like 1,000% he's going to do all of it like the next album.
Yo, imagine that's what Pinata 2 is.
I don't think that's no, because you've heard snippets of Pinata 2. I don't think that's what it'll be. Favorite record on there? What's your favorite record on there?
New Things.
The Blow record is super hard.
What about
Buddy and Sincere is a dope ass record.
Tapatio
is the record where he says if the bitch don't think that. If the bitch don't think the head come with pussy, I dodge that bitch like Neo. That's nigga, what? Forget. And then I think it's on the Blow is when he says, I got weed and coke on my grocery list. I'm moving packets like Djokovic. I'm moving rackets like Djokovic. Is what he says. I'm like,
no. He says I'm switching hands. Something about switching hands.
I'm switching hands like rackets to Djokovic. Whatever the bars is super dope.
Reference because he plays with both hands, idiot.
That record, that's the album number 3.
I didn't expect it to be that good because I wasn't the biggest fan of Currency coming into that.
Currency, I've always been a huge fan of Currency. Even like when he was first coming out with like when he was named Currency the Hospital.
Yeah,
I always fuck with Currency because at that time he came to Cash Money and I was fucking with Wayne Heavy at that time, and I think Currency could really spit. And I've always said like if I wanted to be like a level of fame, I would want to be Currency because Currency still is like famous enough to where he can get in anywhere, but famous enough also where he can still go to the grocery store and just like chill out.
That's the type of like Jeff Bezos type famous.
You think so?
I think Currency is just as famous as Jeff Bezos. If we're talking solely on grocery store standards,
I don't think
I
so.
feel like they get recognized the same amount.
Yeah, you might be right about that for sure.
At an Aldi's, you know.
I don't think either of them are shopping at Aldi's. Your number 3. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Vince Staples' FM.
Yeah.
Alright, besides me thinking that it's super hard, like this is one of like my...
So you got...
Yes, I got FM ahead of Daytona.
Yo,
to me, it's a more enjoyable listen. Solely for the fact that there's a Tiger interlude and he says no cap like an undergrad.
Tiger's underrated. We've said that on here before.
I actually like Tiger.
Tiger's underrated, but... I definitely would have
like you put it in your top 10 too, so like we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is like
the album was really good. Better than Daytona, I don't think so.
Yeah. I think this album does the best job out of his projects of putting me into his world.
Yeah.
But not making me feel sad about it.
So you want to be the suburban kid outsider. You don't want to actually hear about niggas.
No, because I like Summertime 06 more than this.
Yeah.
Because like it puts you in there and it leaves you in there. But this is kind of like, yo, we're gonna put you in a museum and you put on your headphones and listen to the audio.
Imagine being the nigga who makes that album.
Imagine being he said some crazy
exactly.
shit. Yeah.
Imagine being the nigga who makes that album.
Plus, there's an Earl sweatshirt interlude on here too. That's fire.
Well, all them niggas. I'm telling you, I want a collab album from Vince and Earl and have Solange on a couple of those records.
That'd be so cool.
And produced by Knowledge. That would be the illest fucking album.
Throw a Buddy feature in there too.
A couple of Buddy features, maybe a Kendrick feature. Number 2, this is an album that I came back to, and I had forgotten that this album was so good. To me, number 2 is Hive Mind.
Yeah.
That's my number 2 album.
I was getting worried you weren't gonna fit it onto your list.
Oh no, Hive Mind. You know, Hive Mind was definitely gonna be on my list. I feel like the internet took this album to. Like we've said a couple of times on like the albums of the year is that I feel like people are really getting into their sound, like because all of those artists who we've been listening to for a minute from like 2013 are now like growing up.
This
is like their second or third album. This is the internet's third album, and I feel like every album has gone up in the thing. And so this album is another album that's kind of long, it's 13 minutes compared to albums now. 13 songs is 58 minutes. So compared to every other record on here, it's like This shit is like 3 albums compared to the fucking Fetty.
It does feel long though.
It does not feel long to me though. I feel like it rolls through really well, and plus I'll probably say this album has the most actual downloads into my playlist on iTunes than any other album. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 records on here, and out of 13 in my actual playlist that I will actually listen to over and over for sure.
If the second half of "Come Over" was its own song, this would be my top 10.
I'm telling you right now that it gets better with time. It
gets better time.
A super dope record, but there's no better record on here than "Hold On."
You like "Hold On" that much?
That record
like time more.
That record is.
Bro, I even like "La Di Da" more.
That record is that "Hold On" record is super dope. Super dope.
You like this more than Ego Death?
I think I like this album more than Ego Death for sure.
That's crazy.
Look what you started is another good album. I mean, another good fucking track. She definitely fucking killed whoever she was talking about on that album, on that record. Beat Goes On is super dope to me because I like the bass line on that. Humble Pie is a really dope record. La Di Da is a really dope record. Come Over is a crazy record. Come Together is a dope record. And then the Burbank Funk is super dope. Bravo is a good record. Stay the Night is a really good record.
Stay the Night is okay. That's probably my
Stay the Night is a really good record. I actually didn't have that one downloaded, but I just put that one into my library. So that's 12 out of 13 songs.
What's the one that's not in there?
The one that's not in there, I think it's Bravo. I don't have Bravo in it, but that's a record that I would go back into and listen to. But that had my record. I think Sid's writing, like whoever writes out of the internet group is killing shit. Whether they all write, I think "Hold On" is the record where he has the they have the rap at the end too, right?
Yeah.
And then they have the big. I forgot what the nigga's name is who always does the poetry in the between of it. Isn't it on that record as well?
I don't remember. I can't say that I remember.
I forgot what is somebody from Atlanta. It's a rapper from Atlanta who always does the poetry between like records and shit like that. The same guy
that did the poetry at the end of Outkast Liberation.
Yeah, I think it is. Hold on, I'll search it. So give me your 3. What was 2?
Oh, my 2.
No, number 2. Yeah,
right,
give me
my number 2. Another left field pick from people that don't know me. It's Me Without You's Untitled album. So, backstory.
What is
Me
that?
Without You is like a Christian band. Yeah. Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, like, I'm not even joking. They're a Christian band.
What the fuck? Is that allowed?
What do you mean?
Nah, that's a Twitter shit. You never seen it?
Nah.
So it's this guy and a girl making out in the fucking in the Starbucks, and there's a guy recording. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's moving the thing around. He's like, "Is that allowed?" And then the girl turned around. She's like, "Stop." And then I found out later on with that same meme is apparently that it was a mannequin that she was like kissing in the fucking Starbucks.
Is that a real person?
It wasn't a real person.
So was it like staged?
No, she was definitely making out with that nigga.
What the hell? Alright, but yeah, Me Without You, like, they're an old band, like they're 20 years in. Like their first album was a lot like heavier, a lot more screaming, and then they had a folk album randomly in there. But I feel like this Untitled project, like I hate having to repeat myself, but it puts a lot of elements of all their previous records and puts it into this one, and it comes out really. I
feel like we said the same shit about every album, kind of.
A little bit. That's what I hate repeating myself about.
All right. So the person that I was thinking about who does the poetry on the record, it's actually It Gets Better with Time, and it's Big Roo.
Big Roo.
Yeah, that's a person who does a lot of. He's from Atlanta. He does a lot of poetry for like rappers and shit like that. He's a rapper himself, I think.
So he's basically the Atlanta version of Sonny Hall.
I don't know who that is.
He's a English guy. He does a lot of stuff like over there. They're artists. Basically that they'll put an interlude on it and it'll just be him reading poetry.
And also the end of the rap thing is also from that same record. It Gets Better with Time. Is Patrick Page the second.
Patrick Page the second. He's also on No Name's album too.
That rap that he does at the end of that shit is super dope on It Gets Better with Time. I actually think It Gets Better with Time is probably my favorite record. But Hold On is a really good record.
So, shout out to the internet.
But we say about the Christian rap nigga.
Oh, it's not rap. It's rock music.
Oh, Christian rock.
Oh yeah. So like they have a lot of like the lyrics are more like poetry than lyrics, and it's a lot like you have to look into it really heavily.
Yeah.
I remember for one of their albums, like the theme was a train, like a carnival train that broke loose, right, and all the animals escaped, and all the songs are just stories about the animals, And there's lots of like references and allegories and stories and shit like that. It's really interesting if you read it.
So it's like a reverse Noah's Ark. It's like a Noah's Ark got let the animals out like out of randomly, like it crashed and let the animals out. You think that's like a reference to that?
It's not. Like
that's what it sounds like.
Nah, it's not.
It's because I'm thinking like it's Christian rock, so I don't really listen to Christian music.
No, but like if you were to listen to it, you wouldn't think that it was a Christian music because they're heavily like into the idea of.
So it's like, are they generalized as Christian music?
Generalized as Christian music.
What the fuck? I wonder what the fuck makes you be Christian music. Like you don't cuss or something?
No, like if you sing about Jesus and stuff.
Or is that what they do? They sing about. That's what I think about with Christian rock. So alright, so if they don't sing about Jesus, then why are they generalized as?
Because they use a lot of religious themes in their music.
Oh. But that could be said a lot about rap too.
It's different though. It's different when you're making like a whole song's a reference to like people in the Bible and stuff like that.
I figured that I feel like that's been done on. I feel like Jay has done a lot of like.
Well, then he has Christian songs.
I guess
like religious songs.
I guess, but I don't think they can be religious songs if there's cuss words on it though, because you know how they are with that.
Nah, they don't cuss though.
Exactly, they don't cuss, but I'm saying like you can't say Jay has a Christian record. If
well, what makes it interesting is that because his mother's the singer, his mother's a Muslim and his father's his mother's Jewish and his father's Muslim, and he grew up a Christian. It's the
same thing as Hov, though. I think his grandfather was a Christian pastor.
Maybe this is Hov's band.
No, it's not. I think his grandfather was a Christian rapper. I think Hov is Muslim actually now, so it's like that. I think he's a 5% or some shit like that.
Hov is not a 5%.
I think he is.
That's crazy. If he's a 5%. Not like crazy, but that's like. Kind of like
isn't Jay like a 5%?
Yeah, and people don't like him for that.
Why?
Because there's like a very like strict sect of like Islam that's like only pertaining to certain areas, and like they're violent. Not violent, but they react violently to things historically.
Supposedly, I don't know. We ain't talking about religion on here, whatever. Nigga got to say whatever. But I don't really care about that shit. But we're just talking about because of Jay Electronica.
Shout out Jay Electronica.
Jay Electronica, drop that album already, nigga.
For real. I'm tired of listening to you rap over the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Jay Electronica is not dropping the album. He did the Rothschild, nigga.
They broke up.
Did they?
Like in 2013.
No, they did not.
They broke up a long time ago, kid.
No way, because in 2013 he was dating Erykah Badu, nigga.
Nah, they broke up though for sure.
Let me see. So what are we going to number one album?
Yeah,
I know my number one album. My number one album is the album of the year, nigga. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
The album of the year.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Losing to Cardi.
It was the best bars. It was the best production on the album this year. Nobody out-rapped him on any album. This is the rap album of the year. It's Daytona. Pusha T. Simple and plain for me, nigga. Simple and plain. I don't even have to go into it. Nobody does luxury rap like Push.
You don't think anybody out-rapped him?
No. Who out-rapped Push on
Currency said, I pulled up into what's this, came back into what's that.
You're saying that tongue-in-cheek, but I like that.
I
like that bar. I like that fucking bar that he said on that. We've talked about that shit. And Currency actually does a lot of shit that I actually like, but Push is my top 5. So anytime anybody in my top 5 drops an album, it most likely is going to be the album of the year.
Stuck in my head now?
What?
The bass line for the one of the internet song where it's like. I
thought the album was really, really good. I don't even know how you have that. You don't have that in your top 10.
It's an honorable mention, bro. Chill.
So give the people your top.
My top song, my top album of the year, Earl Sweatshirt's some rap song. You already know what it is.
So is it? All right, so we both pick people who we really like. Earl's your favorite rapper of all time.
True.
Push is in my top 5.
It's true.
So how are you gonna convince me, and how am I gonna convince you that this isn't because it's biased?
I'm 100,000% biased. 1,000,000,000% biased.
You can't put that as number one because you're biased. You have to put that on number one.
I genuinely love it more than all the other albums.
Yeah, I'm saying how do we know that it's not biased? It's like, oh, Earl did it, so I gotta give him the nod for number one.
There's no such thing as an objective top 10 for music.
Yeah, I think it's all objective. If you listen to all the music, it's gonna be objective to your point. True. So how is it not?
Because certain music in certain times hits you. Like if you're listening,
it still makes it objective though.
No, it doesn't.
Because everybody's gonna be in a different space. It's objective to your opinion.
That's why music can never be objective.
That's what I'm saying. What are you saying here?
I'm saying you can never have
everybody has their own opinion about music.
I'm agreeing with you. Why are you disagreeing with me?
Because I don't know what you're saying. You're just saying a whole bunch of random shit right now.
No, I'm not. I'm saying there's no definitive top 10 list.
There isn't. There isn't any definitive top 10. But Pusha T is definitely number one for sure.
Look, if you're gonna lose to Cardi B, you can't be number one.
Cardi B in what sense?
Grammys.
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but I want
exactly. That does not matter.
I can't make a joke. Damn.
So Earl being number one, why?
I feel like when you say nobody out rap Push, I feel like Earl out rap Push.
No, definitely not.
Dog.
Definitely not.
Main line, hidden under the grapevine. Hold on, let me look up.
Exactly, dog. Nobody out rap Push, dog, for sure.
Bro, there's a line where he says, "No need for the serpent to hiss. Doubt could be an abyss." A doubt could be is an Australian snake that doesn't hiss. Snakes hiss to sense heat.
You know what you're sounding like to me right now?
Like a conspiracy theory?
No, you're sounding to me like a nigga that fucking writes like
genius connotations?
Yeah, genius connotations or niggas who are on fucking hip hop heads on fucking Reddit.
Bro, he said there's not a black woman I can't think, so I have to go with that.
I'm telling you, dog. It's probably when's the last time you listened to Daytona?
Probably within the past 3 weeks.
I think you need to give that another listen so you can, because there's no way you think that
when I went back to listen
that Earl raps better than Push.
Bro,
you think that Earl raps better than Push?
Yes.
All right, Savison, we need an opinion from Savison in here, an unbiased third party opinion.
What?
I mean, you're gonna have to get on the mic so people can hear you. Well, let me see if people can hear you. Talk.
What?
Nah, it sounds too far. Come on. So. You have both listened to you have listened to Earl, you have listened to Earl Sweatshirt and you have listened to Pusha T. Yes. Correct. Yes. What rapper raps better?
In my opinion,
yeah,
I like Pusha T better.
For what reasons?
Fair enough.
I mean, I think Pusha T. I mean, like you already said, he's hard, right?
Yeah.
There's that. He's also very poignant. What he wants to say, he gets it done. 1 or 2 bars, and then I like his beat selection. I don't know. It's just like everything he does is crisp. It's kind of like you get a pizza from Domino's versus like the pizza joint on the corner. You know what I mean?
What?
Completely different
quality. It's a different quality of music.
Earl Sweatshirt is the Domino's of rap.
Nah.
He's better than that. He's better than that. But Pusha T is that corner pizza place that everybody goes to when they want good pizza no matter what. That's the way I see it.
To me, Pusha is like having the veteran in the basketball, but he's still putting up consistent great numbers. And Earl's an up and coming of what Pusha T is going to be.
Bro, Earl was 19 when he says pissed off like Rick Ross off his 6 logger.
Look, man, there is no right answer to this. Like we've said, there is no right answer to who your favorite artist is or not. But I think we can attest that Push raps better than Earl, 1,000%.
I can't agree with that.
Push 1,000% raps better than Earl, man.
Bro,
1,000% raps better than Earl.
Hold on.
I think Earl will tell you that Push raps better than him.
Nah, that can't be true.
1,000%.
Even if Earl said it, I wouldn't believe it. It's my opinion, bro.
That is the most ignorant shit I've heard in my life.
What?
That's the most ignorant shit I've heard in my life.
Nah.
If Earl told me that Push raps better than me, I won't believe it.
He's just being humble.
But Push is in my top 5, so I don't think a lot of people rap better than Push. So, I think Push raps better than Jada, and that's saying a lot because I think Jada raps better than Earl.
Push doesn't even rap better than Malice.
That's debatable for sure.
I'm kidding. I think
no, because that was a debate early on clips that Malice rap better than Push. I used to think that Malice rap better than Push early on as well.
Bro, niggas even not the same. I come from Kane and Gun.
But there's no way of telling that. That's a ghost.
Amazing. So
a ghost fight, my nigga. Because that's if Malice would have kept rapping, I would like to hear what it is for sure.
Mama should have seen it.
Stop getting so fucking close to the mic. This nigga is doing this bullshit.
He said, Mama should have seen it coming. Me running up and down the stairs too quick, humming Miami Vice theme music. Pusha T's hard, bro.
Look, I'm telling you making my case, nigga.
What? Because if I was gonna rap Earl lyrics, I have to Google them shits because like that nigga, he goes supernova. I'm rolling over the Nova says blah 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 blah.
Exactly.
But that was like man long ago.
Look, man, I don't think there is a bad record on Daytona at all.
Wins is like lotion. Get him, I'm gonna rub him in. All right, bro.
You listen to Earl more so you can quote more Earl lines. If you want, I can quote a whole bunch of Pusha T lines.
That is Pusha T.
I was about to say,
Just kidding.
I wouldn't really know if it was Pusha T or not, because nigga, I don't listen to every fucking song a person puts out. But
nah, not even that.
Look, man,
like 8 Pusha T songs.
All I have to say,
just kidding.
This line was for Earl. To all you young niggas, I am your ghost and your ray. This is your purple tape. Save it for your rainy days. There you go, Earl. That's a nice message from your OG. Push is definitely the GOAT out here right now.
Damn. Rest in peace, Jay Dilla.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jay Dilla.
I recently watched a fucking documentary about Stone's Throw, the record label that he was on.
Yeah.
With like Madlib and all them.
Yeah.
And there was like
that was a crazy record label.
Yeah. There was like almost like a crisis when he died, because it felt like they had no identity, not an identity, but like they didn't know where to go.
Well, you lose a big piece.
Yeah,
it's kind of just like we can take it back to like the Clips and Pusha and Malice. Like you lose a piece of that. Like so, how you like? I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought that Pusha wouldn't be shit without Malice.
Right, because they came at Stone's Throw around the same time. They had Doom, Madlib, and Jay Dilla all making music.
That is a ridiculous.
That's a roster right there.
That is like
by itself.
Nigga, that is Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman, my nigga. That is exactly what that is right
Can
there.
MF Doom please be Dennis Rodman?
Nah, MF Doom is definitely Mike, nigga. 1000%. Scottie Pippen is definitely Madlib, and then J. Dilla is fucking Dennis Rodman. That is a crazy ass lineup to think that they had on there. That's kind of just like early Star Trek shit too. They had a lot of people, a lot of dope people, and Rockefeller, nigga. Yeah. Rockefeller was like the dream team, nigga. They had Beanie, they had Simon's favorite rapper, Memphis Bleak. They had Freeway, they had Hove.
And what's crazy is that the blueprint would have sounded way different if Dilla didn't influence Kanye.
I guess, yeah.
Like we wouldn't have a lot of tracks that we have on there.
I mean, I think Hope would have been fine in itself.
It would have been a good album still, but it wouldn't be the blueprint that we
crazy
know.
Shit is back then too that they used to have Kanye and Just Blaze fighting to get records, fucking beats on Hope's album. Yeah. Like that's two of like the top producers of all time.
Now look at them.
Now look at what you mean. Now look at one of them.
What you mean?
Like what do you mean in that sense? I took that a totally different
Positively.
way. Oh, I was about to say
they both well off.
Yeah, they definitely both well off for sure. Things always in Japan too. Just Blaze reminds me a lot of Stuyvesant for sure.
Deadass.
Facts. They have a lot of they have a lot of similar qualities to me.
They both wear the same kind of jeans.
They kind of look alike to me as well.
They do not look alike.
They do look alike to me, a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit.
They really do wear the same types of jeans though.
What do you mean the same type of jeans?
Straight fit dad cut.
I mean, one of them is a father now.
You got one on the way, kid?
No, Just Blaze just had a kid, nigga. Just Blaze's kid is actually really cute though too.
Like recently?
Yeah, he had a kid. I think his kid's maybe like 6 months or something.
Yo, congratulations,
Mr.
Blaze.
This nigga said Mr. Blaze. I guess we can go into the DSM NY anniversary.
I want to give an honorable mention.
For I forgot the honorable mentions. What you got for honorable mentions?
I'm just going to list the names out, alright?
Go ahead.
Sheck West, Playboy Cardi, Internet, Kissy Ghost, Tiana Taylor, Freddie Gibbs for Freddie.
Yeah.
Then the Fetty Project. Shout out Idols for their album Joys and Active Resistance, Six Press for Untitled 2, and J-Rock for Redemption.
Honorable mentions, I would definitely put Tiana Taylor in there. Action Bronson as well.
Oh, yeah.
For having in there.
Shout out,
anything else we're missing of like
Coco.
albums who's dope but just didn't cut the top 10 because we're not doing 50.
Hey, shout out A$AP Rocky.
You like the A$AP Rocky album?
I actually do.
A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people are doing like saying like Rocky fell off because he's just doing new sounds. Because I do like that new Sundress record that he has.
That Sundress record is different.
It's different, but it's dope. I like it.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion.
I feel like it's on his like 3-stack shit. I feel like a lot of people are doing a lot of 3-stack shit.
But testing, like, if it was shorter, like if you cut out like some of the tracks towards the end, it would have been in this list.
See that's why I make my case for the more long albums because I don't feel like if Nipsey would have cut out 2 songs of the album, I don't think that album would have come across like it would have came across, or J-Rock as well. Like I don't think it would have came across how it was supposed to come across.
If I had more Brother Mans and Purities and Tony Tone, excuse me, that testing would have been.
I feel like nobody likes Rocky after like he first popped because I like that second album too. The Juicebox Joints is what it's called. No.
Second album.
The second album. What's it called?
At Long Last ASAP?
Yeah, Jukebox Jones is a record on there. I feel like that album was really good, and a lot of people didn't like that album. The album was really, really good. I like that album. And then he probably had the best video of that year with the fucking Ellis.
This is the only ASAP Rocky album I like.
For real?
Yeah, I didn't like.
You didn't like the first album?
No.
You don't like the early Rocky? I think that's what a lot of people like. Is the early Rocky? I fuck with
like
Rocky.
One Train. It's not because of him.
Who do you like on One Train?
Danny Brown, bitch, pussy smell like a penguin.
You think Danny Brown had the best verse on there? Because there's a big like fight for who had the best verse on One Train.
I can't remember off top.
But
if that's the only thing that stands out to me, I'm gonna have to say yes.
The best verse on that album to me was Big Chris verse. He killed that shit. He killed that verse. I don't think anybody could touch Chris verse on
Yellow
that.
Wolf.
Also, Action Bronson's verse was really good on there as well.
I thought it was
Yellow Wolf should always get skipped by me.
Wow,
for sure.
That's coward.
That should always get skipped by me. So we can go into the DSM NY the 5th anniversary.
Oh, we're talking about anniversaries. Today's the anniversary of Colette being closed for a year.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring back Colette, man. Colette used to do a lot of dope shit. It was just so hard to buy this fucking stuff if you weren't in Paris.
Sarah Enderman's doing pretty great with her consulting company, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, DSM.
DSM is I don't feel like we've talked about DSM a lot. Like, we talk about pieces who come off on DSM, but I don't think we talk about DSM actually.
Because DSM is sort of like a really unique sort of place.
That's what I was going to say. DSM to me is like putting
Barney's and Pro-Cell.
Barney's and like vintage shops together. Like, that's exactly what I was going to say. Or like a streetwear shop as well. Because it's 7 stories.
And a basement.
Yeah.
It's huge.
And I think like the first 4 stories are women's.
It's really insane.
They have the best selection out of like any. Like I would take every like luxury department store and switch it for DSM anytime.
But they arguably have the worst website.
Oh, for sure. Their website's fucking terrible.
It's almost like I don't understand how you have a website this bad.
I don't think a lot of people put value into a good online shopping. Like I don't think a lot of luxury places put value into online shopping. Except Mr. Porter's pretty good and Barney's is pretty good.
Dior's website is trash too,
for sure. But I don't think they put in that much time into their online because they want people to go into the stores.
Yeah, but look, it totally matters.
Because it's the exclusivity matter of it.
When I'm online shopping and like, at least you know how you go to like collections.
Uniqlo's online shop isn't really good either.
No, it's also really laggy.
It's super laggy because it loads a lot of cookies into your computer.
But like when I'm online shopping and like I go to collection, and I hit all, and like you know how like a bunch of pictures will show up of the items.
Yeah.
If the pictures are too big, I get mad.
For real?
Yeah, like I
like the pictures to be bigger than smaller.
But if they're too, like if I gotta like click for every 2 items, it's a wrap. I'm clicking X immediately.
Oh, you mean like turn the page because there's only 2 items on the page? Nah, that's way too big.
I'm hitting X immediately.
That's way too big. But surprisingly, the place that has like the best online for me and like the best shipping to me is ASOS. Has the best online and shipping to me. Like
I believe about one thing from over there.
Me too, but they have the best online thing. To get something 2-day is $7. That's coming from the UK. 2-day, not 2-day shipping, not today. 2-day shipping, and you can also have a subscription membership where you pay $19 a year, I think, and you can 2-day everything.
Oh, that's fire.
So it's kind of like, well, I don't think anybody beats Amazon as far as like online thing. Huh?
Trying to share an account?
You get a student discount too as well. You get a 10% student discount as well.
Yeah, I wish I didn't.
But ASOS doesn't have a lot of shit that we buy, to be honest with you. But ASOS, if y'all want to give us a sponsorship, holla at me.
You know, it's a fire website now that I think about it. Back in the day, Karma Loop.
Karma Loop actually did have a good website.
Like it just made sense.
Karma Loop does have a good website for sure.
You go to the page, all the sales are there, and it's perfectly described.
Out of places who we buy, who has the best website? I think Noah's website is actually pretty good.
Noah's website is fine, but they put too many blog posts.
Yeah.
But I still fuck with you.
I'm saying like out of places that we buy from, who has the best website?
Supreme's website is trash.
Supreme's website is horrible. But we know our Supreme's website is bad. They can't really put money into that.
Emily on Dior's website is good.
Look, man, we don't have.
Their pictures are the perfect size.
Yeah, we don't have a top 10 brands of the year thing, but I think the consensus is pretty clear that Emily on Dior is number 1 for sure, like for sure. Oh, I can tie that back in. We'll get back to DSM, but I can tie that back into.
You want to do the Hypebeast top 10?
No, I can tie that back into a person who's cool with Emily Dior, and it is one of the barbecue boys who we talk about, Ronnie. I was looking at Ronnie's. You know, Ronnie always does the retreat every year. I don't think there's a nigga with more loyalty or like appreciation of friends than that nigga. Like I feel like that nigga's super dope.
Bro,
like
he took all his boys out on a boat.
Like this nigga, not even. They went skiing for his new collection of other things, and he one, they fly out on a private jet. Two, these niggas don't bring clothes because he fills them with clothes. And like it's always like some like dope shit. Like this is his Aspen collection this year. That's what it was.
Oh, he gave all them Aspen shit.
Every year they do this thing. So it's the barbecue boys always, and he always provides like a very concise meal, like breakfast and dinners and shit like that of like what they should eat, and then like pairs it with wine and shit like that. I just want to say that shit. Look, a lot of niggas hate on that nigga, but that nigga just seems around like an all dope person to me. Like I mean, I've never met the nigga in my life, but.
That's how I'm trying to be with stylists.
That nigga be holding it down, and that's what we trying to do with Telatalk is get a lot of niggas to eat, and that nigga do be helping a lot of his niggas eat.
I'm trying to help
for sure.
Trying to make my dad go skiing.
Like I don't think that there's a nigga in his little barbecue boys thing that is not cannot fend for themselves, and I believe that's the key fucking line that Hov had was like nobody will fall because everybody will be each other's crushes. Like everybody plays a pivotal point in all that fucking.
And he had his own bear brick, so suck his dick, bro.
I mean, niggas do be hating on that nigga a lot, and I feel like it's undeservingly.
And I used to be part of that camp. Not like hate on him. It was like, yo, what's the big deal about this guy? And I was like, yo, this guy's actually. He works hard.
A lot of shit, bro. That nigga does a lot of shit, and I don't like his new store. I like the Lafayette store better than the new store. But this nigga does what he got. This nigga basically is
the
making
more. Street store? You don't like the Bleecker one?
Yeah, I like that one better.
Oh, you like the Bleecker?
That's not the new one. That's the old one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I like the older one better. And plus, this nigga is a nigga who I don't know if they sell the actual like bowls of ice cereal anymore, but I used to buy 10 of those whenever I would go to Miami or New York. I would buy like 10 of those like cereal bowls of like the collection, and this nigga's ice cream should be popping, nigga.
I think he just came out with some new shit too.
Yeah, I think it was cinnamon churros. Like instead of cinnamon toast crunch, it's cinnamon churros. That shit sounds delicious to me.
How old is Ronnie?
Might be like 30 or something, like 30 something. Cause I think Teddy and him are on the same age. I'll be pissed if you tell me he's in his 20s still.
Damn, he got married in Israel. So shout
Google it. How old is he?
It doesn't say his age. I looked it up. That's why I didn't know. It just says when he was 13. Like,
I want to be popping like that, where I want to be popping enough where you can't Google my age or my weight on fucking Google, because that's just weird when I can Google Childish Gambino's weight and height.
I'm gonna Google Childish Gambino's weight.
Google it. I bet you can find it. 1000%. I bet you can find that shit.
Oh, it actually doesn't say.
It doesn't.
I have to click on a whole link.
Nah, fuck it. That's going too much. That's doing too much journalistic, and we're not journalists. Fuck that. I'll be surprised if you tell me Gambino weighs more than 160.
He's just 174.
No fucking. That nigga's like 5'3".
He's 5'9".
Is he? He looks a lot shorter than what he is.
That's what this is.
Damn, that nigga weighs a lot more than I do.
He's a Libra.
I don't really care about that. But I guess we can go get back to...
His middle name is McKinley.
Well, I guess we can get back from the fucking... from the Ronnie shit back to DSMY. You've been to DSMY, right?
No, I've never been, actually.
We were supposed to go when we were in New York.
We were supposed to do a bunch of shit. We still didn't go to BBC, DSMY.
We did go to BBC, nigga. You didn't go to BBC. We went to BBC.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
For sure. BBC is a store I always like to go into because it's super dope. DSM is definitely a store that I recommend anybody to who's into fashion to go to.
They're having an anniversary.
What, BBC?
DSM.
Yeah, there's a fifth anniversary. Are you just bringing it back to the main topic?
Yeah, because they're having a shirt.
Oh, the Supreme shirt. That's why you wanted to talk about. I don't like that shirt.
It's cake.
Yeah, it's just a cake shirt. No, I like cake. I just don't like. I don't.
So you don't like stuff. You don't like when things you like are on shirts.
Not cake, not slices of cake on a shirt. I don't know where you're trying to get on here.
There's multiple slices of cake though. You like chocolate cake?
Chocolate on chocolate?
No. So it's like lemon cake with chocolate frosting.
Lemon cake with chocolate doesn't sound good.
Right, so
yellow cake with chocolate sounds really good.
Yellow cake is lemon cake, isn't it?
No.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yellow cake is not lemon cake. Yellow cake with chocolate is probably like it's 1000% undefeated. I don't think I've ever had a bad yellow cake.
The yellow cake donuts with chocolate. fire.
But it's covered in chocolate?
Yeah.
They have that shit at Wawa. I think we gotta make a shot.
Wawa?
He's gonna get one too.
I mean, it's fire.
Stop having a ball right now.
But no, there's also a strawberry cake on
so
there too.
they have the Air Force One. What do you think about the Air Force One and the DSM? We talked about it.
I thought it was pretty clean. I like the little black eyeliner. It reminds me of Joshua Vida's artwork.
He actually has his Air Force One coming out on Monday at 1 p.m. on his store.
Pretty sick.
If there's any resale of that, I'll copy it, but other than that, I won't. But this Air Force One took me back to Air Force Ones when they were really popping, like around when Nelly made the Air Force One song, like 2001, 2003, when I was in like second or first grade. And a lot of people did have that type of Air Force One where it has the NYC and then the Nike check through it.
Yeah.
And then it's just the bottom sole is a color, and then the top is just white. I really love those Air Force Ones because it takes me to the time when niggas was broken. I could not afford Air Force Ones, and everybody had dope ass Air Force Ones.
I can't wait to wear my Dilla Meals for Christmas with the polo bear sweater.
I thought that was a gift for your cousin.
Nah, that's mine.
I was about to say, you check out what's up here for your dad.
Look, he's the Colombian type.
That's exactly what I said. She got pair for your mom, though.
My mom would not wear sneakers like that.
For real? That is a very Dominican thing. I rarely see my mom wear sneakers, only like to go to the gym and to work.
Yeah,
because
they're comfortable. To work, yeah, she kills the Skechers memory foam, bro.
That was my mom. They're really comfort over style for sure.
I couldn't get her some Ultra Boost for like 30 beans.
I definitely think my mom will rock Ultra Boost for sure. No, she wears a lot of Nike. She likes a lot of Nike Lunar shit.
Oh, I thought you said Nike Shocks.
Nah, Nike Shocks is classic though.
That is a classic.
Nike Shocks are classic for sure.
You know, if a white father comes into your like vicinity wearing his Nike Shocks, he's probably a nice guy.
You know what's funny about that? And you're saying that, but in New York, Nike Shocks are huge.
They're popping.
Like in New York, a Nike Shock will sell out for sure.
Monarchs too.
Well, Monarchs are becoming cool because like it's the dad craze. I feel like the dad craze is dying off really fast.
Thank you.
Yeah, really fast. It's dying off. I've seen a lot less people with Nike M2Ks on.
Balenciaga hasn't put out Triple S in a minute, so I'm really happy.
Balenciaga is smart. They've been staying in front of that curve before that shit dies.
No, but the Air Monarch is the highest selling.
Yeah, it's the most selling. I mean, Nike for sure.
Which is wild to me.
Yeah, so we did the Air Force Ones. Yeah, so you sent me the picture of the line of Purple Lobsters. Purple Lobsters brought out a lot more people than I thought they would.
Right? I didn't really expect all that much.
I didn't really expect that much people to go for the Purple Lobsters until I looked back and I saw the resale on Purple Lobsters.
Isn't it 300? That's retail.
No, I'm saying the old Purple Lobsters. It's like $7,000.
Oh, so that probably influenced a lot of people.
It probably influenced a lot of people that they thought, but I mean, regardless, it's $100 shoe. You sell for $300, it's $200 profit. If you buy 10 sneakers, that's $2,000 easy.
You gotta stand in line next to some weirdos.
Well, if you really popping out here, you don't have to stand in lines. But
popping out here,
nigga, I don't stand in lines. I could have got those Purple Lobsters without even. That's just a phone call for sure.
Oh, it was a phone call. I could have made a phone call. Why didn't I make?
Yeah, exactly. It's a phone call. That's all. It's just one phone call, and that's easily.
Yo, skate nerds, hook me up. So like skating, like. Whatever hobby you have a capacity to be nerdy about it, right? Like,
yeah, I would say this is some people can classify it as a nerdy podcast for fashion and music.
Right. So you can be like, obviously like a music nerd and like a skateboard nerd and all that type of shit. So like sneakers is very nerdy. I just want to have that out there. Being a sneakerhead is kind of nerdy.
Anything that you're in super in depth with is nerdy. Yeah, don't get close to that fucking mic again.
What up, Neeks? Neeks is nerd and geek put together. I learned that from a British guy.
This nigga. Oh, so look, we never really do the read off other people's top 10s, but I feel like this top 10 was confusing to me. Not like I did. This is very out of left field for me. So we're gonna go through Hypebeast's top 10 fashion brands of the year. Number one is just Virgil. So
it's not even Off-White or Louis. It's just Virgil.
Yeah. So. I didn't understand that at all.
Number 2 is Gucci.
But like, so going back to Virgil, like, are they just saying like Virgil is
as his
himself
his own entity, bro? It literally says that Louis Vuitton and Off-White combined for one entry because of Virgil, and then it's just him.
Yeah, and then they also have his collaborations alongside Ramoa Combe Harsh and Takashi Murakami, to name a few. But I don't understand. So number 2 is Gucci. I definitely wouldn't put Gucci at number 2.
They couldn't pass up a chance to like just
big up Virg
him off a little bit.
I mean, whatever.
Which is well deserved, but sometimes like the meat isn't ready.
Number two is Gucci. I don't think we agree with those.
We all know that.
I don't think
number 3 is Undercover.
Number 3 is Undercover. So this is like when I started to like shit, because like I feel like Undercover doesn't get its just due. Undercover puts out a lot of dope shit.
They work with a lot of,
and they work with a lot of with a lot of brands and shit like that. Like, but I don't feel like they get its just due.
Shoes this year.
Yeah, they did put out one of the hottest shoes. So that was pretty dope. Number 4 is Prada. We not even talking about Prada.
Shout out Jeff Goldblum though.
Shout out Jeff Goldblum. Number 5 is Supreme. That's fitting.
Shout out.
They did have the biggest collab of the year.
Shout out, they're blessed.
Was LV this year or last year?
It was last year, bro.
Well, so they had their biggest collab of 2017 shaped of what like 2018 was.
They also worked on the cover this year.
Yeah, they also did work on the cover. Number 6 was very.
I can't be mad.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it, but I didn't think that they would have it on. We have talked about this brand. Like if we did a top 10, I think No would fall 5.
Yeah, top 5 for sure.
Yeah, top 5 for sure. It would be up there with Mignon Dior.
I wouldn't have expected it to be.
Yeah, I didn't think a lot of people held it as high as we held it. I think
I think that's definitely a surprise, but I enjoy it.
It's fitting.
It's fitting.
It's fitting for sure to me.
I feel like they've accomplished enough and done enough, like in the world of fashion.
And they make the most dope, like some of the most dope shit to me, especially out of streetwear brand.
Especially when you look at number 7, and you're in the wonder what this brand did this year.
Moncler, I know why they have Moncler on here because Moncler did do some dope shit, but they just did a lot of collabs here just with popping brands. So I like the Moncler fragment shit that they did though this year.
I was about to say that. Like, I didn't even know that they were working for.
Now they did some dope shit. So I think that collab itself has it ranked as number 7. Ralph Lauren, I don't really, because Ralph Lauren did capsules.
Yeah,
they did the Palace shit.
The stadium and Snow Beach, and they just.
And the number 10, I don't even know who the fuck this is.
Nah, I have no idea who this is.
I've no clue who this is.
His name is Kiko Kostadinov. And I've never heard of him.
I've never heard of this nigga at all. And it's not like we're not intuitive with what was going on in the fucking thing. And then number 10 is North Face.
Which is like...
North Face is always a classic to me though.
Yeah. But like, if we're gonna do like for the year, I feel like you could have put like a Cold Wall or something in here.
Exactly. Like I would have switched this up a whole lot. Like obviously Dior and Louis Vuitton couldn't be in it because their shit is dropping now.
Yeah. So
it wouldn't be in for this year. But there's no way. Mignon Dior definitely. I don't know how Mignon Dior didn't make this top 10. For sure.
That's also true.
I don't know how that didn't make the top 10 because they, like we've talked about here, they have been the most consistent at putting out like. There might be a piece or two I didn't like this whole year coming from their fucking brand. Anybody else like who you think like should have been in here? Because I feel like we talk about a lot of fucking brands that definitely should make the top 10 of what they did.
I think a brand called Cavemp could have been on here from Japan.
I know a brand that shit is dope.
Yeah. And basically a lot of people in the comments of this have been saying that Noah shouldn't be in here, neither should Undercover.
Why would they have any actual reason? Is there where you should comment at?
You scroll down to the gray part and then hit comments. It's not like listed as usual because I guess these guys are wild.
I mean, I don't even read comments. That's just shit. But
no,
do they have like reasonings why?
No, it
just says they shouldn't be on there.
Facts. It's a comment form.
Like, one person put 1 overrated, 2 strong brand rebrand, 3 who what, 4 racist. That's true. 5 scammers. That's Supreme.
So they call Prada racist and Supreme scammers, and then number 6 is Noah.
Trash. Number 7 is overpriced, which is Moncler, and then number 8 is a classic. What was number 8?
Polo.
Number 9, who what, and 10, reliable, trustworthy brand. That's the one that. Oh no, that's North Face. Number 9 is who. I was about to say that nigga's the one, but. He had scammers for number 5, so that's definitely a hypebeast nigga who doesn't buy who doesn't get anything in Supreme.
Yeah, but he who undercover, so there goes his reliability.
Yeah, I think you're out of here, pal.
Also, what's his name? His poor Il Daniel. Yeah,
that might be my little cousin. That might be my little cousin. Oh yeah, I guess we can talk about the Yoon Dior shit that she dropped on her page. It's just like a little teaser. A little teaser of the pre-fall 2019, which was the name tag Dior.
Fire.
And then the other one. What is the other thing under it? Is that for a chain as well?
Let me Peeperino.
I mean, it's a name. It's a name plate. It's not a name tag, but it's a name plate. And then the second part, I don't know what it is, but it's super dope. Like anytime we get to talk about Yoon and her jewelry,
it's a pin.
It's a pin.
Yeah.
That pin. I'm getting that pin. That pin is hard. That would go perfect over
the 2-finger Android rings. The cyber.
That's a classic.
You imagine fingering a bitch with that?
I think those are for females.
Imagine a woman fingering herself on Pornhub Live with that.
Chill, nigga. So this is just some funny shit that I found on.
Is it the top 25 worst passwords?
So this is top 25 worst passwords to have on your thing ever.
Stevenson.
You want to chime in on this one? Top 25 worst passwords?
What do you think is the worst password of all time? Could be.
What do they mean by worst?
Like I'm guessing they're like easily hackable. Yeah.
Yeah, or like
Password
most common.
one.
That's on here.
Passwords one's on here.
That's number 24.
Number 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which I have seen a lot of people have it. Number 2, why the fuck would you have password?
Password.
Yeah, you have to finesse it by putting password 1 exclamation mark.
Number 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But apparently that's easier to crack than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's because why is that?
I don't know. Stuyvesant works in fucking
Don't like when you brute force hack passwords, like you go through that lower number first.
Well, yeah, brute force is just you start at the lowest common denominator, so you do like 1, 2, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sunshine is on here.
I don't know why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is easier to crack than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but probably has to do with just humans and the way they think, and the cracking saying they wouldn't stop at 8, they'd go to 9, and just trying it first.
My favorite one on here is admin.
Oh, dude, that happened. Who was it that got hacked recently? They had unpatched Apache servers, and literally they kept the admin login, which was admin.
Yikes.
I think it was Equifax.
All right, so number 20 is exclamation mark at hashtag money sign percent, and then it's the I don't know what that is.
Apartheid.
That's what it is. The up one.
No.
Nigga, apartheid's not. What the fuck? I just got what you
They
said.
just call it a carrot, man.
And then the and button. I feel like that would be harder to crack because it's all.
You know what the thing is? I think that's just, if you look at your keyboard, that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shift.
Yeah, but you have to shift it.
Yeah,
But all right, so
at number 23, what the fuck?
Donald, yeah. That's, also, number 22, AA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
I have seen number 25, Q Worthy 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Why is that?
QWERTY. 1, 2, 3.
Look,
That's
bro.
the type of keyboard everybody uses now, by the way.
That is true.
Look, bro, all I know is that everyone who has Donald for their password probably lives next door to Jim in Topeka.
I don't understand why Donald's even on here. Who uses Donald?
I mean, Monkey is on here, and Charlie.
Also, 6666666 is on here. They also have Princess. They also have I Love You.
666.
Football is a password.
Monkey. Charlie. Nigga. I'm telling you. This has to do with Stuyvesant's brother and Stuyvesant. At a point in my life, I thought that I was like average intelligence in the world. And these motherfuckers told me a lot of average people are dumb as shit. And this makes me think a lot of average people are dumb as shit.
My favorite comment on there is, fuck, my password got leaked.
I bet you a lot of people's passwords are still this because I do work in an information technology company. So these motherfuckers, it's not? Is it not? Exactly. And a lot of people's passwords are that. Y'all niggas gonna hit on PCN like this?
Teletalk.
I came up with a name for PC.
Did you?
Yeah, he did.
Teletalk is information technology.
No, it's not.
We give information through technology.
Okay, that's not what it means. I guess we will end this off on Tyler's Golf Wing Winter 2018. Was it a drop or was it?
It was a drop and a show.
All right.
Well, show in quotation marks.
I'm just gonna say this, this is gonna be my quick thoughts on this. Tyler is doing a lot of shit better than people who have been doing this for a lot of time because that show was super dope.
It was really dope. It reminded me a lot of Kith Park.
He killed that shit. Even though a lot of the golf wing shit I wouldn't wear, I like the cardigans that they have on here.
With the B on them?
Yeah,
Like,
and then I also like their socks and a few of their tees. But let Tyler get a little bit better at designing, and a lot of y'all niggas' jobs is in trouble, my nigga.
I feel like his t-shirt designs like still really have that kind of like skater aesthetic on them.
For sure.
Like rope dress, which I really admire.
Sure. I think if Tyler wanted to venture into high end, he can really do it if he wanted to, because his shit is dope. His shit is
that's
dope.
what he wears, so he should be able to.
What high end shit does Tyler wear? Because Tyler specifically said he doesn't like the people who wear high end shit because they all wear the same color, and it's weird to go in a room and everybody have the same color palettes on.
Well, in his photo shoots, he's wearing like crazy shit.
Like what?
Like
I think everything he wears, he designs though.
There's a picture of him like standing up. It's like a meme picture of him on a balcony with that yellow coat, and it's like a Montclair joint.
Montclair coats are super dope though.
Yeah, but I remember I think it was for the Grammys when he was nominated for Flower Boy. He wore that Supreme long coat with the Russian hat, and that was when he first unveiled the cheetah hair.
But I don't think that's high. That's not high end. It's just Supreme.
Supreme is the luxury brand, bro.
Supreme is not a luxury brand. So I guess we'll end that off. Telatalk season 3, episode 4.
Yep. Thanks, Trap. Yo, if this was Seinfeld? What is the title of this episode? Seinfeld, episode 3. Episode 4,
season 3, episode 4. And I ain't giving these niggas contact because Bob we actually use that name.
It's called The Dog. So there we go. Jerry is in charge of a troublesome dog.